In the gym and in the car, with our advice you could go far. We fuck things up and we make mistakes. We talk about our sexy dates. We host events and we go to clubs, but most of all we're still in love. It's getting hard for this to rhyme, just as well, cause it's bed upping time. It's bed upping time.
Hello and welcome to the Bed Hops podcast. My name is Mr. H.
I'm Mrs. H.
Thank you for joining us today. We have some guests that we haven't had on our show for an absolute age, and we've had messages asking for them to be on the show.
Have we?
Yes. So we literally kidnapped them, bundled them up, brought them on the show, and hopefully they're going to contribute. That is the plan.
Over a year.
It's not been over in a year since we've seen them.
No, over a year since we've
Should we just talk about them whilst they're here?
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts about these people, wife?
They're some of my favourite people.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Okay. I enjoy these people as well.
Yeah.
Do you want to introduce them properly?
Oh, okay then. It's, as if you couldn't guess, it's Secret Stag and Secret Vixen.
What?
Hi, the gags have come off now.
I don't want to know about when you've been gagged, Secret Vixen. That's too
you
much.
actually do want
It's
to
us.
know.
Hello.
You
Hello.
do want to
Hi.
know.
Welcome back. Thank you for joining us again. It's been a long fucking time.
It's been so long. It's been forever. Obviously, we've been keeping in touch in the real world, so to speak. But it's lovely to be back here. Always a pleasure to be invited back on.
I think the thing is that we've had many, many adventures over the course of the last year, but we just haven't recorded them. We were like, fuck you, listeners. Let's go and
just
do our
have
own
fun.
thing. Yeah, let's have fun.
And we've had adventures together over the last year.
We have.
But we just haven't talked about
But I
them.
think that's a good thing. It's nice to go out and live in that private real world. Does that make sense? And have those things and not have to come out and talk about it. But
And here you are.
and yet here we are.
And yet we were so desperate for content.
I've not been involved in any of this, listeners.
Lies.
You have been involved in much of the things.
Yeah.
Well, let's go back to the start of last year, right? Because, let's go back to New Year 2024. And the
I
time
feel like
machines.
you're doing a Scooby-Doo reference.
There was more of a Wayne's
That was a Wayne's World reference.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, it was. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Like your school.
Okay.
So let's go back because I think we got some stuff to talk about for there. So let's go back all the way there and then let's cover the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And let's take about 5 hours to record this. This will be perfect. Minimum editing for me. It'll be all cool.
Gold.
So you folks went on an adventure without us. We're not bitter about that. We're very excited. We were very
A
excited.
little bit.
I like to feel like we kept you included by our many voice
you
notes and
did.
video messages.
I think one of the things that I do want listeners to understand, though, is that we stay in touch most days. I think
Most
there's-
days, yeah.
I think there's rarely a day that goes by where we don't exchange at least a courteous, fuck you guys,
Absolutely.
what are you doing? But you went away on a magical trip without us. Tell us a little bit about it.
So we did go transatlantic.
Ooh.
I know. It was,
It was a trip that we've been planning for a long time. Many friends of ours have wanted us to go to this event in the United States, and it had been something we've been thinking about for a long time together. A lot of savings and a lot of sorting out the here and the there to make sure we're where we need to be, and
Like a little bit of energon and a lot of luck.
a lot of luck.
Yeah.
And we made it work. And so over New Year's 2004 to 5, we went away.
2004. Wow, we've really travelled.
2024.
2024
It's like we really
to
time
25.
travelled.
Yeah.
had a few breaks.
It's about your kids.
Sorry. I'll tell you what, 2004 was not nearly as fun as 2024. And yes, we went away. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so it was an event, a big event known in America. We're not saying the name because we don't know if we can. So we were there for 5 nights, I think.
5 nights.
3 of the nights were this event, which...
Yeah. But 4 of the nights, you made yourself busy.
Well, we were there for a short period of time, so I had to make the most of it.
And it was a delight. I think not just because we were able to see friends that we've met online, just because we were able to live in that sort of intensive lifestyle world for that period of time. Do you know, when you're able to just, everyone around you is part of the same sort of reality, the same kink, whatever. It was a lovely thing.
So, for people that might be new to the show, who haven't listened or have only started listening in the last 6 months, where you haven't actually been on the show, because, you were on the show every 6.5 minutes, which was a delight for us. And it was so much easier in terms of creating content. However, what kink are we talking about? What was the thing that was going on?
I mean, you're pointing at me, but
You are the main star of the kink. So.
Are you the kink?
I am the kink.
I am a danger.
So we live in the hot wife realm of kink, let's say that. But this event was our first proper event that was an interracial focus on it. And actually, I will sort of say that for us, it was also our very first non-hopper event.
Oh.
Every lifestyle event that we
There's
had
been a
been
bed
to
hopper event, yeah.
had actually been a bed hopper event.
I knew I felt
You
betrayal.
went
in
rogue.
there.
You went rogue.
I mean, we've
Yeah.
been to club of nights and things like that. And of course, we've been to swinger socials, which we love. And I love the social element of those. But we wanted, I think, to get out on our own and have a go at the hot wife. Well, we're in the hot wife dynamic, but have a go at the hot wife event, so to speak.
So it was catered for hot wives.
Oh, absolutely.
And it was, as I said, it had an interracial spin on it. So that obviously added another layer of complexity to things for us.
And fun, right?
I'm not talking.
Lots of fun. But we did kind of feel like we were almost secret shoppers, as it were, because we were there constantly looking at it going, oh, okay, how would the hoppers have done something like of this scale?
With chaos.
With chaos.
With chaos.
No, you undersell yourselves. But yeah, it was lots of fun. Although our first night was chaos. So there you go, there's the shopper chaos did come in. We arrived quite late in the evening and got to our hotel, and it turned out because we hadn't been able to contact them, we'd had a layover in Philadelphia, which was lovely, but we hadn't been able to contact them because we just couldn't get our phones to connect.
Hotel,
the hotel actually cancelled our booking. So at about 2 a.m. when we finally arrived there, they were
right
fabulous. They were, and absolutely. But fortunately, we did manage to find alternative accommodation for the evening through them. But I was ready. I was like, no, let's go home. I don't want to be here.
As usual, as soon as something goes wrong, you want to burn the world down. I don't want to do this anymore. I hate it all.
What I loved about this, and as you said, you kept us informed of your trip, and you were giving us voice notes, and we were having video calls and stuff all the way through this. But Carolyn here was fucking powered up the whole time by the
We knew she would be.
by the story that was being unveiled to her. Like the event hadn't even started, and already there was drama. And as we all know, she's in it for the drama, Mick.
Oh yeah, I love a drama.
And
I settle down with a drink, listen to my voice
literally going to bed, looking at refreshing her phone in case there was a new disaster that she could be powered up on.
For the disaster. I wanted them to have a good time.
And
it did elevate my fun mood when they had stuff to report.
It certainly was disastrous to start with. As I say, we got there, our hotel had been resold because we were so late, and we got a nearby hotel.
I mean, literally, it was across the freeway.
road. But in a way, serendipity and all things, it turned out beautifully. We settled in nicely. We were able to get up the next day and go and check out the hotel that was going to be in.
Yes.
And meet up with some friends who we've been contacted previously. And in fact, we even managed to have a little bit of fun the next day, much to your dismay.
Harlot.
Dismay. Why was there dismay?
I was tired, a bit jet lagged.
And yet you powered through.
Of course, powering through.
Consummate professional.
In typical...
As I always say, we are problem solvers. We're not problem people. We don't give in to the problems. We find ways around it.
I have a question. In fact, I probably have many questions.
That's good.
But
I've got
that both,
questions
yes.
as well, but yeah.
I want to know how you felt, because this wasn't an event run by us. So it was like off the beaten track for you. It was your first big hot wife event. It was in a foreign country. How did you feel like getting on the plane? Were you nervous? Were you excited? What was going through your head?
Oh, terrified. Genuinely was very, very nervous because we had been in the hopper bubble. We had always gone to events where we knew the people there. Yes, we knew a few of the people that we were going to be meeting up with when we were stateside. But really, this was very much going a step into the unknown, which was obviously did have elements of excitement. I kept just saying, it's a holly bob, going on holiday. That's the excitement. But deep down, I was absolutely terrified, which is why when things started to go wrong on that first night, I was ready to be like, no, it's a sign. Let's go home.
Scorched earth.
ready to burn it all down. I think
Let's go to Disney.
the excitement, obviously we just had Christmas. We even had Christmas on the plane going over to the States.
Yeah.
To arrive for things to be going bad immediately with the hotel bookings was troublesome.
And there was parent guilt again, I think, for us, because it was another new year where we actually weren't going to be at home with our family, and there was guilt there. So in a way, I felt like I was almost possibly looking for issues.
Which is why when things started to turn, I think there was always not a sigh of relief, but you know what I mean? You realise, actually, no, this is going to be fun. This is going to be lots of...
And then I was fully invested.
I imagine there's a giddiness because you've had that worry. You're kind of like, there's a nervous excitement I'm getting.
Yeah.
But there's also all of the stuff that you've left behind. And actually, once you're on the roller coaster, you're on the roller coaster, right? And then as it becomes fun, it must be quite heady and quite exciting to be in that journey in a space that is different to anything you've experienced.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think in the run up to the event, I was sort of creating almost these kind of check points of getting there. So obviously step one was getting to the airport, then getting the flights. For us, it was the first time where we were doing transfers without other people. So we had to be adults as well and make sure that we didn't miss our...
Adulting is always hard, yeah.
our
Also,
connecting flight.
I fucking hate transfers on flights. Like, I really hate transfers.
It's fine until there's a
it.
delay.
Yeah, like if there's less than 2 hours, I am fretting.
Oh, the flights back, as you know, we were absolutely terrified because we had this tiniest window. But fortunately, we made it. But yeah,
they slowed down on the runway so you could tuck and roll and go straight into the other plane.
And actually, one of the assistants on the plane knew that we had a really tight one, and he was absolutely fabulous and like facilitated. Like we literally were allowed off the plane before anyone else, which was lovely. But we digress.
And I knew it was going to be okay when you were really attracted to one of the people working at the airport. You're like, oh
yeah, oh my goodness, yeah, Philadelphia, yeah, one of the
like,
customs chaps. He was very pretty. So we had these checkpoint moments. And so obviously once the first night was over, after the trauma of not having a hotel room, we then knew that the event still wasn't going to be starting, but there was going to be a pre-drinks in the actual...
getting to know you evening, so to speak.
So that then was the kind of... the
orientation.
the next checklist for us. And we went to that event and it was really like, that was lovely. And because it was the first time we actually got to meet the new people, that for me was suddenly when the nerves went.
Yeah.
I had the real terror the first couple of moments when we arrived at that event, but then terror had ebbed away and excitement fully took over.
So when you get there, because you had your transfer, you turn up to the location, the ultimate destination, right?
Yes.
You get presumably like you get to the hotel. There's these issues, and then the next night, is that the event? Is that the?
Oh, I'm trying to remember now. No, so we had 2 nights before the event started, which was lovely because actually we knew that we were going to arrive really late or early in the morning on that first one. So then we had the second night, and that was when it was the pre-event social. Okay. So we travelled to the location for that, and it was just in the bar, and it was still at that point the hotel was still open to everyone. So there were non-lifestyle people there as well as people who were attending the event. And then we went back to the first hotel, and then the next day was when we arrived at the hotel when we checked into our event room.
And so you go to this pre-event piece, this orientation, as Mrs. H has called it. How did it feel? Was it? Did you immediately feel at ease? Were you shitting yourself going through the door?
I was genuinely very, very nervous. So we arrived, we went through the foyer, and because we had been there the previous night trying to check in, we kind of managed to get a kind of scope out the layout. So I knew exactly where we were going to be going the next night. So there were a lot of nerves. And we arrived, but the instant we got there, and again, these people didn't really know us. So there was a Telegram group so that we could start to make some initial contacts prior to going. But as soon as we arrived, everyone was so lovely that the fear almost evaporated instantly, and it was just then full excitement. Because for us, it was the first proper event where we were with people in the lifestyle who actually aligned with us. So, because often when we've gone to other events, and if it's been a swinger event, we're often there going, oh yeah, we love coming to swinger events. However, we also align ourselves to a slightly different kink. Yeah. So we got to the social and started having drinks. And for me, knowing that it was just a social, that also helped, that alleviated the nerves a little bit, because I knew that there was no expectations. And actually that night that it was just a social, we did just go back to our room on our own that first night.
It was lovely to meet people and to laugh and joke and make future plans. We made a few future plans, didn't we? But I think because it was less pressure, being able just to talk to people and have fun, much like the amazing bedhopper events, when you're able to talk to people who are in the lifestyle and you're freed from social norms and conversations, you're allowed to be totally honest about what you're into, what you like.
Yeah, it was very exciting. And the accents were an utter winner for us as well, being...
Well, you probably went down well as well with your accent.
No, that's
what we're saying.
It was like a superpower.
That was a superpower.
And we have found this going to the States, that there is something of a British accent superpower. Although, and I've said this before, so it is not new news, but my voice becomes ever so slightly more Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, and I went full on Mary Poppins.
I bet, right?
I was full on Mary Poppins. It's like, oh, hello.
It is funny how these things happen, and you sort of dial up that Britishness. And
we did. And actually one of my favourite interactions of the whole event was when the event had started and Secret Stag was talking to a gentleman, and he was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And just straight away said, "You're English." And then he just turned and looked at me and went, "Do you do it too?" And I was like, "Hello, nice to meet you."
A very, very nice chap. And actually we bonded really well with that person and went for lunch and had a great time.
Went to Waffle House.
Yep, and had a great time. And immediately making those links and having people that, like you said before, not knowing people going to an event is a big deal, a big worry.
Because was that the social actually?
Yeah, social.
So before we went to the actual event itself, that morning, so the morning that the event was starting, we actually went, that's when we had breakfast with that gentleman, and then we went. So at that point, it was the excitement was really...
Yeah, and once we checked in, you checked in again with that gentleman.
The event started for the event.
So you had all these nerves, you've travelled across the globe, you've settled in, you've gotten to know people, and the event starts. How did it go? Tell us about the event. What happened? What were some of the highlights? What were the good things? What were the experiences?
So the very first thing, obviously, when the event started was that we had to all essentially sign in and check in. And this is going to be completely unsexy, but it was so well organised. And I know, so straight away that kind of set the tone for the event itself, because of we all had waivers that we had to sign, which was again helped create a sense of ease, knowing that we were in a very, very safe
For
space.
those who know the event we're talking about, I cannot speak more highly of it in terms of the way it was organised, in terms of participant safety, and just the way everyone was welcomed was so positive.
Yeah, all of the team who were hosting were brilliant. And actually, Secret Stag had a very special relationship with one of the lovely ladies who was one of the one of the help, to the point that at one night he ended up having a real spanking from her, which was...
Well, that was exciting, wasn't it?
That was unexpected.
When you're in these places where you can have no limits conversations, who knows what can happen?
Oh, we went full when in Rome.
Yeah, it was marvellous. So once we'd done that, that morning, all the gentlemen had to go and have a talk, all like single guys, to talk about etiquette and rules. It was obviously camera free, drug free. Everything was all about safe practices. It was very, very good. Very good. Very positive environment to be in, particularly
So it was
a
full hotel takeover. We didn't actually say that. It was so the event had the whole of this very large hotel, and the kind of corporate spaces had been turned into different areas. So the main conference hall had been turned into a full nightclub. When you were in there, you would never have known that you were in a hotel. They had shipped in dance floors, and it was essentially a 24/7 nightclub actually whilst we were there.
It was wonderful. So this large hotel had been turned into the main, I assume, conference area had been turned into a huge multi-floor dance area and stuff.
That's what I've literally just said.
And then the rooms next to him were sort of playrooms and of different themes and stuff like that, wasn't it? So it was just brilliant.
So what I'd like to know is, what was the main conference room? No. So clearly a lot happened throughout the course of these few days. And we don't want to go into the blow-by-blow stuff because I know that
Goodness sake.
certainly at least one of you won't want to repeat it. But what I do want to know is I would like a sexy snapshot memory from each of you. Something that you've taken with you that you can share. It doesn't have to be like the in and out stuff, but just a little moment.
In and out. Oh
I know
my
some
God.
pretty sexy stuff that happened.
Yeah, like a little... And I know that Secret Vixen will be thinking this through. So I'm going to ask Secret Stag to go first on this front.
That's why
Am I allowed to be like rude?
You can be as rude as you like. You can say
This
all
is
of the
an
things.
adult podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're immersed in that environment, I think pushing your limits in a safe way is really, really, really encouraged and really important. And we did that. So with a particular chap who Secret Vixen hadn't realised that I'd actually made contact with before we went over. And I went and said hello to him. And almost when I came back, the look on her face when I said, oh, he's one of the chaps I've been talking to, she almost melted and like, oh my gosh, I could see the lust in her.
Ooh.
And one morning after we'd been to Denny's of all places,
Oh, nice.
we came back and I said, oh, that person would like to meet you now. A lot of this, which the bed hoppers probably know a little bit more about this, having to arrange time to be with people, or I'll try and grab you tonight or tomorrow
It's
afternoon.
challenging, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we arranged the afternoon of the second day to meet up with this person. And I can safely say that Secret Vixen and this person clicked instantly and had incredible sex with. And
So you went from seeing the lust in her to seeing the lust in her.
oh, stop it. Well, I can be complete. We're being naughty on this one? Secret?
I guess.
So she had sex with him, and as a finishing move.
Oh, I know who you're talking about now. I've been sat here the last couple of minutes going, who is he talking about?
Well,
I know now.
so what was the finishing move, Secret Vixen?
I
What did you fully encourage the person to do?
I let him come on my wedding ring. She retreats into the corner.
We're bad people.
But
I promise.
Don't retreat in the corner because now you
I
have
know.
a moment to share.
Does it have to be a sexy one?
Yeah, it has to
Can
be
it
sexy
be
of
like a
some sort.
funny,
Has to be a-
sexy one?
I suppose it could be,
Maybe
okay.
we'll
but
allow
it feels
You
it
need-
feels like you're getting out of jail for free here. So I think like a naughty, sexy one would be a good one for you to share, and would be a good experience for you to tell on the podcast.
I mean, I've got a question.
Oh, yeah, by all means.
Okay, so it was New Year's Eve night itself, so New Year's Eve. And we were in the foyer because that's where most people mingled, and the bar was kind of off to the side of the foyer. So we were in there quite early on New Year's Eve, and this gentleman came down wearing a very outlandish outfit, which instantly caught my attention because it was quite funny.
If I could preface this as well, you'd actually noticed this person around the
Around
pool.
the pool, I had,
And
yes.
again, this was, and just to open it up a little, the importance of making some links before you go. I'd made a link with this person before I went via the event website, and I chatted to this person a little bit. So again, I knew this person.
Which instantly makes me feel a lot more kind of confident going in if I know that you've had some.
So the person
dealings.
approached us.
So he approached us. And by this point, because it was the second or third night of the event, I had obviously experience under my belt at that point. So was feeling a lot more confident than I am feeling right now on this podcast. And he came over and was sitting with us, and we were chatting, and it was all very nice. And he was like, oh yeah, we'll definitely try and catch up later this evening. I was like, okay, yes, please. That'd be nice. And actually he then went, oh, hang on. I have got a little bit of time now. Would you like to? And I was like, yes, please. Because at this point I had learned that if an opportunity came up, you had to grasp it
And I
with
think
both hands.
seeing you grasp that opportunity was so arousing for me, because you're always very much try and plan ahead and we need to talk to this person. Make sure.
And I think that was, as I said, this whole event gave me those new experiences and did create a confidence that I would never have assumed that I'd have, because it was very much, this is a very short event. If I want to make the best of it, I need to dive in fully.
I do think it is an event that is designed for your experience in many ways.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that must be really good for your confidence and for your ego, in that there are people there literally to get your attention.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think if you didn't dive in that way, I think you'd probably miss out on so much. Because
yeah,
actually,
and we were there knowing that the chances of us being able to return to this event any kind of time soon wasn't likely to happen. So I thought, no, I need to fully embrace it.
So we went up to the room.
We went up to his room. And it was lovely. He was a fabulous host. He gave us some drinks beforehand and we were just kind of chatting.
Really great host, yeah.
And then it started. And
what started, sorry?
The sexy times. And it just was wild. But I, again, was kind of felt a little bit lacking in some experience in some of the things that were happening to me. But it was lots of fun. And Secret Stag was constantly looking at me, both concerned, but also was checking in because he was like, what are you doing? This is not what you do.
I think there was lots of verbal back and forths going, which obviously you're not a massive on.
No, I mean,
at
and as you
home.
can tell by me trying to describe it, I'm
Like,
not the most...
The things he was saying to you and the things, again,
I was
all
called
in a
some
consensual,
very-
safe way.
Yeah.
Things that were being said to you, things you were saying back to him. Lots of playing on the interracial.
Oh, yeah. To
Yeah.
which I just, think of The Office, think of those kind of looks to camera when things, this was happening the whole time, but me to Secret Stag. And he was then like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, let's see what happens.
So we had a helicopter attempt.
Which I didn't know what that was. And I was like, what's happening on top of me? And again, it was like looking over and Secret Stag was trying to kind of do the gesture with his hand to kind of tell me what was happening. So he was kind of, if you imagine the rotor blades on a helicopter, he was doing that with his finger. And I was like, I don't know. But it was the most unsexy, sexy
You
experience.
accidentally orgasmed.
Did I?
Yeah, you
By accident. There was a moment where his roommate walked in the room halfway and I was like, hello, really sorry, we'll be done here soon, I'm sure. Hope you're having a good evening. Happy New Year. Literally, and again, I was really leaning into
Was he like, goodbye me, Mary Blobbins?
Yeah.
Basically.
And then
Oh no.
and how did it end?
Oh gosh, how did it end? I don't think so.
You can say this is a safe space.
It's a very safe space.
So how did it end? No, I know your Secret Stag is currently.
There's a lot of hand motioning going.
It's
Yeah.
Gerard stage. So the gentleman knew that the time was coming for the end.
The finale.
The finale. And protection was removed at the end, as was the penis as well. I can't do it. I'm sorry, listeners. And there was an accidental ejaculation on my face.
Accidental on your face.
It really was, because he actually was trying. I'm not sure where he.
Where was
I
it?
think he was trying. He was aiming. He was going to go
Aiming
for
for
my
the chest.
and
it's got in the way.
And basically, my face got in the way.
I hated it, as you can imagine.
Yeah, if I had a pound for every time that's happened to me, I mean, it's.
Oh, no,
have a
another
couple of pounds.
accidental
I'd have not a pound.
ejaculation.
But we were all absolutely in hysterics.
I think that's what was. I think finding the fun in sex is so important, and it was so funny.
And it was.
But your
Very
skin
sex.
quality at the start
Oh,
of
I know.
25 was incredible.
I had a glow.
So we had such a range of experiences, and every
Like
person
there
we
were
were with was
genuinely
special.
very sexy times as well, but that for me will always now stand out because it was chaos.
Yeah,
It was just chaos.
organised chaos.
And I believe Mrs. H actually has still got the voice note of when we
Oh
then.
my God.
Well, the Hoppers actually messaged us during New Year, and we had a
What a
person
treat.
knock on our door.
Oh, he was lovely.
Yeah, you missed out on
Yeah, we
that
were
person,
video.
didn't you?
Yeah, we did, and we did try. And again, this was an example of you trying to organise time with people. So we were doing a FaceTime call with the Hoppers and another set of friends, and suddenly there was a knock on the door, and I was like, oh, well, go answer it, and it was a gentleman wearing nothing, I think, but a towel. And he was like, oh, do you happen to have any lube? And I went, I do. So I handed him the lube, and then he kind of went, oh, and also, I'll see you later. I was like, okay, please.
Yeah, I was like, you make sure you bring that loop back.
I want my lube back.
Yeah, it's only slightly used.
Oh, stop.
But it was like, I know that, as I said, you want us to give the sexy stories, but for me, that is an utter highlight of
It
the
was
event. 'Cause
the whole thing just felt sexy, even the funny, silly stuff, because it was that environment that everyone was there for the same thing. We all had similar ideas of what we were looking for.
Now I have a question for Secret
I
Stag.
had a question.
You did- you did have a question.
indeed.
Okay.
I did.
All right.
I queued my question.
You
out.
Sorry,
queued
we've
it.
been
Okay.
talking
You
far
didn't-
too much.
It's
Go on.
like a game of pool. You didn't put your pound on the table.
I
so
did.
all
I
right.
put my pen on the table
Okay, fine.
ages ago.
We will accept your pound. Go on. Go
You'll
for your
accept it,
question.
okay.
Yeah, go on.
So
Go for
my
it.
question, and you may have already sort of answered bits of it, but I'm wondering if there's any actual firsts that you encountered together.
Well, the
First.
attempted helicopter was that first.
So, or anything, I suppose, that you kind of been seeking to achieve that you'd not done before when you went to this event?
I'm going to hand this over to Secret Stag.
I think we wanted to go there to, obviously we're in the hotwife dynamic and, Secret Stag, Secret Vixen, and we'd always played in this Stag and Vixen mindset. But obviously it's an umbrella. Hotwifing is an umbrella, and you range from Stag and Vixening to serious cuckolding. And there were guys there who were, they were deep
Yeah, and we did attend an actual room party that was a cuck party.
Yeah, and that's awesome. And we met lots of guys. We met one chap who, in fact, made his own cock cages. That was his little cottage industry at home. And one of the experiences we played in that cuckold space. And I think we pushed ourselves into that a little bit more because he responded to it. He started pushing it a little bit, not in an aggressive way, but he pushed it a little bit. And then I responded to that, thinking that you were into that, and it all sort of spiraled. But then afterwards we discussed it. And,
we had a debrief after it, and the sex itself was great, but that verbal communication through it, I really didn't like. There was a lot of kind of really quite derogatory, but all within a safe space, and it was all within there was no intention behind it to be unkind or anything, but there was a lot of that real kind of humiliation through words, and I really didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, and I looked at it like, is it a scene? Is that what it is? Sort of BDSM, you have like the scene where you live that experience. And it sort of stands separately from the real world.
Yeah, so it was a really still good experience for us, but it was a very enlightening experience in the way that it made me realise I really don't like that.
Yeah.
That was kind of too extreme for me.
Sometimes you got to do these things and realise that actually you kind of go, well, we've gone too far. Let's reel back
and it was a great way for us to kind of engage where we are within our particular kink.
Yeah,
because it is a spectrum. It's not just that's
and sometimes
the label and
things
that's what
push.
it is.
Yeah, and again, that thing wasn't It wasn't something we intended. It just sort of started to happen, and we thought, well, I'm going to play into this and see how we both feel. And I'm glad we did.
So I'm interested now that you've asked your question.
Thank you.
It's all right. Thank you for the question. It's very good.
Wisely.
Yes, very good. So you've had this incredible experience. You've gone to a different place. I see you trying to read my writing. It's upside down and it's my scroll.
It's very scrawled.
It is. Yes, it is my standard writing. How do you go on with the normal now?
It's the word normal.
Yes, that is the word normal. Yes, so.
Are you trying to read his writing?
Yeah, it never works for Carolyn. It barely works for me. Work don't have a fucking chance. So what I want to know, right? So you've kind of had this space age, gold lilted experience where everything has been brought together for what you are seeking, and now normal life happens again. You've come back away from the hollybobs. And stepping away from a holiday is a sobering thought sometimes. But then are you chasing that again? Are you looking for that experience again? Are you trying to recreate that? Or do you see that normal experiences now for Secret Vixen can't reach that high because they are not that specific thing? What's been the thing? And I want to know from Secret Stag on this one.
Yeah.
We want to hear from you as well, you beast.
No.
So
I have a separate question for her. That's fine.
Well, coming back from that, obviously, as a sort of fantasy, I could never have imagined we would have ended up at that sort of venue in that sort of experience. And Secret Vixen jumping into the experience as much as she did and taking all the wonderful pleasure and excitement that we had. So coming back, there was that downer, and I think you've talked about the post-event downer before, and I think even if you just go to a club, if you're a person attending to a club for a first time, you have a great time, you're going to have a little downer.
I'll have a weekend downer when you folks leave. That is
don't be like that.
It is only until you get home and then we can play Fortnite in the evening. But there is that exists.
Yeah, exactly. And the more exciting the event,
hopper methadone.
Yes.
Yeah, and the bigger the event, the bigger the downer. And we had that, and life resumed. We went back to our jobs and went back to our families, and we're getting on with the normal. But there was always that what's next mentality. And for me, obviously we sorted out a date with a previous friend.
We did.
And you had a lot of fun there.
I did.
And we did enjoy that. And I think it was only recently, within the last 3 months, where we managed to organise a house party with some friends of ours, hotwife house party, again, an interracial swing on things. And that I think did start to recapture. I think it took us a long time to think, well, this is in the past.
Yeah.
How can we look towards the future for
and
excitement?
I think had we tried to do, say, the house party earlier in the year, I don't
agree.
think it would have had the same impact, because I think it would have felt like it was trying to recreate something that we wouldn't be able to recreate, because with the event, it was a whole experience, because it was a lived-in experience as well, because we were there for several days. But yeah, the house party that we did, I think, was really well timed, because it was towards the end of 25. And it was that felt like a standalone event as well, but we were able to use our experience of the New Year event to help make sure that was.
I mean, sprinkled in a few wonderful dates from dear friends like Mr. H himself, and as I said, the other people, that house party, and now we're finally, I think, looking towards the future and quite excited about what's next. Do we plan another big trip away, or do we go to some clubs? But it's taken us a little bit of time. Yeah, because
I think it was, we always talk about a post event debrief in the car on the drive back. Obviously, we had a whole flight, too many flights, in fact. I think 3 flights on the way back. That was how many connections we had.
Yeah, that was fucking madness, folks.
It was crazy.
It was, but it kept the price down of the holiday.
We even had a person who lived in the city we landed in.
And we were trying to see if we were there for about 4 hours, and he was trying to see if he could facilitate.
Tell you what, if it had been 6 hours, we could have made it. We could have made it work.
We could have done.
We could have made it work, but
yeah. So we did obviously have a really good debrief, but that was a sort of event that needed to have multiple debriefs at different times as well. So kind of letting some time pass in between.
Yeah, there was still time. Each different encounter and different people we spoke to required different debriefs. So it took us a long time just to sort of talk about it and talk about each event.
And even now we'll still
my God, do you remember that? And then this happened. And how did you feel about that? Even now, a year later.
So the question that I have for Secret Vixen is what do you seek now then? So you've kind of had these adventures. You've had the what one might consider the pinnacle of an experience.
Gold standard.
The gold standard, yeah. But what do you look for now?
In terms of encounters?
Yeah,
or
what is the thing? I'm not asking for the secret behind the thing because I wouldn't want to presume on that front. But I'm interested in to see because I know that Secret Stag will go out and will look for people for you and do all this stuff. But what are you looking for? Because you've had an event that is almost designed for you. How do you go beyond that, and how do you entertain yourself now?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think one of the standout things from the event for me was the fact that even though we had these different encounters with these different gentlemen, each encounter still started with a socialization, like of us just sitting there in our hotel room, all chatting and kind of getting along. And that for me is still such an important thing. So if I do ever meet a potential bull, as I always call them, I've never just dived straight in, if that makes sense. There's always been a social first, then followed by the event if that's gone well. So that is still something I will seek, because even at the event, there were a couple of people who I didn't know as well, but there was still a lot of talking before.
Well, I will say, I do think like we've been able to not streamline that, but you've realised that you can meet people that night.
Yeah, because like
and
previously
socialise with
it would
them.
be almost months of talking before.
I mean, at the beginning, I'm not sure how, the bed hoppers worked, but, it would be, weeks and weeks of talking before even that she was willing to talk to someone.
Yeah.
To go from that to, say, meeting someone that night and thinking, well, there's a time pressure here. I am physically attracted to this person. I want to take advantage of this opportunity. You still socialise within that framework.
And I know that people probably now like, oh, she is now full BBC only. And I'm really not. Yes, obviously the interracial.
What's BBC?
The British Broadcasting Company.
She's also ITV as well.
Yeah. But I think everyone would now assume that was the case. And yes, obviously this event focused on that, but I still am not going to discount people based on their appearance or whatever. I think I'm just constantly looking for experiences that I know are going to be fun. And for me, it's the conversation still before. If I still haven't got anything in common with them, I can't then rally for the sexy times.
And do you think that, because you were in an environment, right, where there are lots of people that are designed for you to meet and interact with?
Yes.
They're still coming to you, one assumes, but do you feel more confident in choosing people and interacting with who you want to? And has that been applied in any way to your, I don't know, the online version of that at all, for example?
So I think one of the things I loved the most about the event was just knowing that where it was a full takeover, it was a completely safe space.
Secure event, yeah.
And knowing that obviously all the gentlemen there had gone through kind of the briefings and things, I just knew that any interaction I had was going to be a safe one.
Yeah.
And I loved that. And I do think as a result of that, I was a lot more confident in picking and choosing. But then...
Because there were people who were interested in you.
Yeah,
but we
and
should say that you decided not to pursue.
I didn't just be like, okay. I did decline people, and they were very lovely. And they were so lovely about it as well, which I think was really good. That if you said
bring it
no,
back to the hoppers, the power of no that you were talking about. Yeah.
No was so powerful there, and it was also so respected as well. Like there wasn't any...
Yeah.
It didn't feel like there were any ill feelings if I said no. But me being me, in the kind of the first months after the event, I think I was a lot more confident in saying yes and no to different situations. But again, the further we've got away from it, I've again now got to the point where like,
No, I think you're getting that back now. I think recent events, I think you're getting back onto the asking for what you want.
But that
even
was
though she
again
does
because we'd had a house party.
Yeah.
So that brings back, I'm the sort of person that I very much ride on the high of an event.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Shouldn't have said that.
I know. Oh dear.
Videos are available.
Yeah.
I'm in danger.
Asking for what you want, I think, is a big thing.
It
right,
is,
Mr.
but
H?
I do have to live in the highs of encounters to be able to ask for what I want.
So I have...
He's got another question.
Oh,
I've got,
no.
yeah. I have a question for Secret
And he's
Stag.
hiding
Righto.
them as
And this
well.
is actually the most serious question that I'm going to ask.
Okay, I'm
So I
ready.
hope
It's
you're ready
about
for
the
this.
sandwich. Are you
No,
ready?
no.
What type of sandwich would you
No.
be?
What is the best Star Trek?
Deep Space Nine. Is this actually a conversation?
Yeah, this is a conversation.
Oh my
we, need,
God.
we need a minute to reset. That's fine.
Deep Space Nine, because it has the lovely first of that long form storytelling.
Oh, it's
I think the
very
character
good.
development is better.
I know.
I like the action of the Dominion War and the static environment, although some people thought was not going to work. I think absolutely
I
works.
think they turn it around Deep Space Nine. I think it's a great thing.
It goes through the usual first season jitters with
Although,
like the Alan Marine.
I'm going to throw it out there.
That one.
Strange New Worlds has my attention. It is
Enjoying Strange New
and it
Worlds.
helps that Carolyn likes the
I
captain.
bet you're into, I was about
She
to
loves that
say.
fucking grey-haired,
I bet-
fucking hair pulled back.
Oh,
He's
he's the captain. Is he
great.
someone I would know?
Christopher Pike.
He's
No, I know.
But
as in
he's
the
a bit-
actor.
he looks a bit like Timmy Oliphant in his
yeah.
grey-haired
okay.
stage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
Mrs.
hot.
H is going to be fully involved.
Yeah, she's on
the-
there.
I'm quite involved.
He's a very warm captain.
He's always cooking.
He's always cooking, and
Ooh.
it's like
He's always got an
whereas
apron on.
The other ones might be drunk or having
Yeah.
tea. He's likely to offer you a hot chocolate with marshmallows on top.
Oh, he's always
I
cooking
don't want to burst
bacon.
your bubble.
Yeah.
It's not going to end well.
No, we know. It's in the whole premise. But I
Wait,
did.
what?
Yeah, no, it's
Don't
fine. It's
worry
it's all,
about it.
Is he going to be no more?
Cool. He'll be fine, probably.
He's got at least a season left,
Yeah.
maybe two. It'll be all good.
How do you like
Oh,
light
you're on
bulbs?
season
Yeah.
2.
Do you like light bulbs?
The light bulbs are great. Yeah,
What do you two know?
Nothing.
all the things. But so
Also, his Spock is quite cool.
yeah,
Everyone loves Spock.
he's a good spot.
Oh, he is quite
Yeah.
I
nice.
bet you're
Yeah,
a born
he
of a
is
J.J.
nice.
Abrams Spock. I bet she likes Quinto Spock.
She
I
was until she found out that he
no,
did
no,
not
I
bat
still
for her
like
team.
him.
He's
Still
not gonna
like
enjoy
him.
you.
And she'd just have to watch.
Oh, Zachary Quinto.
Yeah,
He's
that's
all right,
that's
yeah.
the thing.
She will-
Okay, all right, let's move away from the Star Trek. I had to ask. It felt like an appropriate
Yeah,
thing to speak.
DS9.
DS9.
Any other answer is incorrect.
I'm, you know.
Oh, he has Spock.
It
Yes,
has-
sorry, I'm
it
looking
has
at
Major
I
Kieran
don't know
in
who
it,
you're...
so I'm okay. There he is. He's on the phone there. He is.
Yeah.
He's
I
a
didn't
delight.
know what you were
He's
talking about.
quite good.
He's
I
quite.
like the
It's a
Spock.
good-looking cast.
We digress.
Yes, we
Yeah.
obviously. But this was an important digression, and we needed to do this.
That was a palate cleanser.
So that was the New Year's Eve piece. What has been happening throughout the rest of the year? So has it been a series of meets? Has it been? So you mentioned a house party.
Ooh.
How are you kind of been living? Because people haven't heard from you.
We've sort of taken a step back from social media a little bit, haven't we?
We have. I think it's been quite a full-on year in a good way with family and work
Yes.
and things like that. And so, yeah, we had to think where we could streamline our life a little bit. So yeah, that's why Twitter or X has taken a bit of a backseat in.
As is writing as
Also
well.
writing. Yes, there's a blog.
But we had a conversation about writing yesterday.
We did.
And I
Did
want to
you?
breach. I want to breach this or broach this now.
Oh, no.
I think you could write again.
I think you should.
I
write
think
again.
you should. And I think this is the perfect time to do it. And I shall tell you for why.
Of course.
So, yes, of course. I think you could look back on your adventures last year. As
Yes.
it's been a year, you've had time to reflect. It's a new year, it's time to start again. And you could just do that. There is no pressure to do it, but it would be an easy in for you to start writing again. And I think, because enough people tell us this, that they miss the blog.
She's got a blog.
Yeah,
What?
they do.
People have told me that they want the blog.
Yeah,
to come back.
I have heard that the blog is important. And I don't even need it to be about me.
Oh, for the love of God.
I don't even need it.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
And speaking about what we've been doing this year, her doing you has been part of this year. That's been one of the things.
Oh, Lord.
That has been one of the constants. Having the
it's
wonderful
been one of my
relationship-
highlights.
wonderful relationships.
And again, proof that I have not gone BBC only.
Unless she's not telling us something. No, he's keeping it real for the Team My TV.
All the adverts
Oh
included.
God, stop.
You
so-
wait when I have a date with Channel 4 only.
Oh my God, I'm here for Channel
World
4.
Cinema.
I'm here for the
Channel
Channel
4
4
is
World
filth.
Cinema date.
Yeah.
Absolute film.
Just to say, dear viewers, that has happened. There has been a date between these two.
It was Channel 4 viewing only.
Did,
It was Channel 4 only, and it was very. It was like
like More
Eurotrash.
More 4.
Hello, my name is Jean-Paul. Welcome to Oral Trash.
This year, so what have we done this year?
As in
Vixen, tell
the
us some of the
2
things we've
days or
done.
3 days we're on. That has.
Ha, 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 ha.
We're very,
What did we do
very
last
new in
year?
this
How did we
new
keep
year.
it going after the event?
So I will be honest, I think the first quarter of the year was actually quite quiet. We didn't really do anything. And I don't know if I think there was 2 reasons for that. One, we were mourning the event, I think, because
It's
it
true.
had been such
You were
a
very
good
sad. You were
experience.
sad.
It was sad because I had made some really lovely connections, not just with the guys themselves, but actually with a lot of the wives I'd made some really lovely connections with, and knowing that I wasn't going to
You messaged one recently.
see them.
You messaged
and I
one
have
recently?
kept in contact with them. Like in a couple, I do think if we could manage to kind of get to the States again, I would love to catch up with them. So there was that mourning of losing new friendships and things like that. But also there was the guilt, again, the parental guilt, because the children did keep kind of banging on about the fact that we had gone on holiday, we'd gone on planes. They don't care where we went, they just were cross that we'd got on planes. And so that kind of impacted things. Then I guess it was probably around springtime. April, yeah, there you go, first quarter, that we started to kind of dip our toes back in and started having some
Dates.
meets. And they've all been dates with people that we've known. I don't think.
Up until the house party, that it was people with you've met previously.
Yeah, so there wasn't any kind of new contacts.
Which I think was nice, it was safe, it was comfortable, and it was fun. And up until we arranged this house party, which was something we've been talking about with some friends of ours for a while, everything had been quite safe,
we did
not
actually
pushing the boat out.
we did have a meet with a very lovely guy. But actually, I think following the event, it was the first guy who I actually said, I don't want to take things further with. And I think that was because of experiences at the event. I think I did feel a bit more empowered to say no.
We had a
as it
social
were.
date
Yeah, it was
with a
just a
person.
social. And it was lovely and it was all very nice. But actually, when we had like the debrief on the way back and Secret Stag was like, oh, do you want to kind of take it further? And I thought, there wasn't actually the spark that I have now kind of come to look for following events and following experiences since. So that was actually for us, that was a big learning curve, because up until that point, I don't think I've ever really declined. There has been some early day ones, but certainly not in recent years has there been me saying, actually, no, I don't want
Is
to.
that because the Secret Stag filtering system is much superior to when it was when it
Could
started?
well be, to
he's
be fair.
pretty good at that.
He
I
is.
think I know a little bit of what my wife enjoys, so I try to tailor what the kind of guys we look for.
Does she know what you enjoy though? And does she like supply you with all of those needs?
Oh dear. Loaded question.
Mostly,
I'm
I
getting
follow my-
such a
Feels
look now,
like a
gentle
loaded
listeners.
I
question.
follow my wife's
Sounds like
lead
a
on these
jibe.
things. And she makes sure that my needs are fully met at all times.
This is really feeling like a bit of a poke.
I agree.
I don't know what you're
I
talking
feel
about.
like you're poking the bear.
I'm not.
Secret Vixen made a video and forgot to send it last
I
night.
did. Also, I didn't forget. I read
So
it wrong and assumed that you wanted to receive said video when we were in each other's presence.
Oh.
I was wrong.
But I think it is important to discuss the fact that things don't always go 100% right in that sort of way. And that's something that we've certainly, through our own exploration of like solo dates, we've kind of learned that you kind of, whilst the date might go really, really well and whilst things might feel great, there's sometimes little things that are like potential hiccups that you just kind of go, okay, this didn't quite go exactly how we'd have wanted to, like not sending a video or a picture of one's dinner or whatever.
Failed helicopters.
Failed helicopters.
Accidental orgasms.
yeah, or whatever it might have been, or no pictures at all, or whatever.
Of course.
And I think we've all been, between the lot of us here, we've all been on various sides of those coins or die or whatever they are, and you kind of go, well, actually, they're not.
Was
they're
it
not.
fuck things up and make mistakes?
Yes, yeah, and then let's talk about our sexy dates. We should host an event and go to clubs.
Hang on.
Yeah, but I think it's really important to recognise that whilst the whole experience might be like a positive one, there are still things that are bumps in the road where you kind of go, this wasn't quite right. Let's tweak that for next time. Let's get that right. And that's been, I think for us this year has been a really important piece that we've been exploring like these solo dates. We've kind of gone, well, I know, for example, that Mrs. H is now interested in a picture, but not all the pictures, but a little bit of that. You're mostly keen on what I've had for dinner.
I do like knowing what you had for dinner.
I was sad to not receive a dinner picture.
Yeah. Well, I can also see...
We sent you one.
See, this is the thing.
I
It
thought
doesn't
we
always
did.
go so well. Are you trying to unlock my iPad there?
Yeah, I was going to write something.
There we go.
Oh.
Here it is for you. There you go. See, we've sorted this out with the modern technologies that we've got. Now I need
your
to...
pen.
Oh, okay. So I think there are these different things that kind of go right and go wrong, but in the broad sense of it, it all kind of goes right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just getting scrawlings here. Now I'm being distracted. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. So Secret Vixen is suggesting, you could have just said this. You're on a podcast.
I didn't want to put it out there.
What do you want? What are you saying?
Well, I just said because you were talking about obviously that 2025 for you guys was also quite a pivotal year. There were some new things for you, and I just sort of said we should interview you guys again. So I think that was the last time we were on. Is that we interviewed you two?
You did.
Actually, we should. You guys have had lots of wonderful developments this year.
Gentle listeners, if you would like that, put the comments.
Yeah, please do. The thing is, right, I love being interviewed because it is about my most favourite topic, which is me. Yeah,
Stop it.
So I'm always happy
Well,
to
we'll
answer
go and
that.
get a curry. We'll come back and we'll do the next one.
Oh yeah, after a curry and several drinks,
Sounds lush.
the quality's going to be.
I'm already
I
thinking
mean,
of the
we have
questions.
done a drunken one before, to be fair.
Did it ever meet the light of day, or did we
I think it did.
relegate it
So
to the
if you want us to do shots every 3 minutes, whilst doing,
we'll die.
do that.
we could do
Die.
that. But you'll just have to see what comes next as to whether we recorded it or not. Wife, do you have any other questions that you would like to throw down before I go into my final few questions that I've got in my head?
All right,
Go on.
Jerry Springer. I've got no more pound coins left now to put on the side of the pool table.
Has just been Christmas.
Yeah, it's a lean month. There's like 92 Mondays in January. It's like I remember being really jealous of the fact that you obviously went off and did your own thing, and I knew that was always going to happen. And I love it. I love that you did it, and I'm really proud of you for doing it because it showed that you were taking another little evolution in your journey. But I loved hearing about it as well. I was there for that. It was my own little soap opera every day. Totally there for that.
But also, tiny little puff adder, angry at the idea of not.
Always a little puff adder. I can't
Even
help
though
it.
it wouldn't be your event, it wouldn't be for you.
It's not that. I value what we have so much, I think, as a four. And in the back of my mind, there's always the worry that we'll be eclipsed by something and you won't want to return to us and
This
have
actually
adventures
is
again.
it's probably an inappropriate time to bring this up. This is the last time you'll be seeing us.
Yeah, sorry.
This is why.
moment.
It's off, Ross.
Well,
We gave you a cat. You're stuck with us.
well, the thing is, this is why we've been building various plan Bs
It's true,
across
you did give me a
our
cat, to be
network.
fair. Yeah, the cat is now mine, so we're tethered for life. We're bonded.
The Team Secret, alternative options. We've been cloning and we've been building and
Exactly.
No, I think I mean by that we're so we're so different in what we all look for in terms of like non-monogamous things. You know, like you guys are very aligned to a different dynamic. I get that. And, you know, we're pursuing different things as well. But I don't ever want us to lose what we originally bonded over, which was a connection that...
Thundercats.
Oh, I was about to say Pokemon.
I think
Pokemon.
But as in like pop culture.
No, I don't ever want to lose the connection that we originally
you're stuck
had
with us now.
together.
Our relationship sort of, I've always said this, and I've said this to Mr. H as well, I feel stands outside of our usual non-monogamous lives because we're so close now in other things. And I think if you can, listeners out there, find people that you make these wonderful connections with, keep them and hold them tight. I think we've been very, very fortunate to have met you both and had this wonderful connection with you. And certainly the way we play... What the heck are you two doing?
I just enjoy
This is the
playing with an
microcosm
apple
of the
pen.
problem that I'm talking about. You
What?
two being dickheads.
I'm still listening.
You're doodling on a
Doodling.
fucking iPad.
But you've been playing with
Pouring
Vixen.
my heart
Talking
out
about
here.
the nightclub room twice.
Pouring my heart out. I'm pouring my heart out saying that we love you guys, and what we have with you, I think, stands aside that. And you guys are absolutely having this wonderful evolution of your non-monogamous dynamic where you're having these great adventures that we'd love to talk to you about. We're obviously doing our own thing, having these adventures too. But it's lovely to be able to come together. And I think if you've got people that you can confide in and share these experiences with, that's so important.
Yeah, don't lose that is I think what I'm trying to get at.
Is this where we announce our full-way Twitch streaming of Fortnite, where you can
no
watch...
one needs
You
that.
don't want to watch
I
me play
think people want it.
Mrs. H.
Want it.
I can either stand or I can shoot.
I can run
Should
or
I get
can
out of the
shoot.
car? We're all dead, Mrs. H.
I will get out of the
Where
car
are
then,
you?
fine. I'm on a different part of the map. But
I,
that's to your advantage because I've only go and reboot you.
this is true.
true.
So, and people probably don't want to hear about it. They would probably witness it and not believe it. So I think there is something about that. I think the relationship itself is an incredible thing, and you know, I do everything I can to preserve it. But I love the fact that there are all these different things that we can explore and come back and then laugh and joke about and share. Because it's like when it goes right, we fucking high five each other.
Oh yeah, we're cheering.
And when
for
it
each
goes
other. I
wrong,
get
we
that.
laugh with each other. And
We
I think
do.
that's very therapeutic
Yeah.
for all of us. So, I think that is an amazing thing.
So Jerry Springer, what's your final thoughts?
My final thought is, right, what I want to know from all of you around the table.
What curry we're having?
No. I know.
Jalfrezi.
No, Dansak. God, Dansak.
Thinking of Rogan Josh.
Yeah, and it comes with free rice. This is the best thing. But anyway, what
Fine.
does 2026 look like for each of you? All of you, including Mrs. H.
Ooh.
What is
what
the
do you
one?
mean, including me?
Yeah, including
Like
you.
an
Absolutely.
afterthought.
No, I was ensuring that you were
All right.
included.
We want to know what you're doing.
Look, you
in
little puff
2026.
adder. Fucking get back in your
I
box.
have spent 24 hours being very angry.
Right, you go first then, wife.
No, I'm thinking of one.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I can start. I don't know if it's on the cards, but I would like more travel.
Ooh.
I would like more travel, but lifestyle as well. Like
Lifestyle travel.
lifestyle travel as well as travel. That's what I
Understood.
want.
More
I
travel
shall
lodges in
ensure
your
that
future.
happens for you,
You know
wife.
what? I quite like a Premier
Oh,
Inn.
like a
I like a Premier
I
Inn.
like a Premier Inn. I've got no issues with it.
This looks like a man with a plan, but go on.
I've got a plan. I would like to obviously secure our friendships we have in the lifestyle, all the wonderful people we've met, both
That too.
the swinging lifestyle, the hot wife lifestyle, those wonderful couples that we've met. But I would like to see the continuing development of Secret Vixen as in her hot wife journey and seeing her have more exciting things. This is a big year for her.
I might write 2 posts this year
Oh, for
instead of
God's
just one.
sake.
She has not achieved her full boss evolution.
She
yet.
has not fully evolved yet. She's still just a charmeleon, mate. You've not seen...
I'm not secreto.
Oh,
Sano.
secreto. You've not seen, I think, hopefully the most exciting experiences. We're chasing the high, of course, but we've made links with wonderful people who I think can help facilitate wonderful experiences for you. And I'm hoping to enjoy those with you, wife. Are you being... This is why we can't take you anywhere.
But I'm listening still.
Listeners, she's fiddling around with sex dice on the table and pointing
But
to Mr. H.
it said touch lips.
So
so
she's
I
just
touched his lips
touched-
with my
We
finger.
have sex dice?
Yeah,
Sex
look.
dice, look.
Along with a Haribo pack that's become
One Haribo.
She's not wrong that we do have sex dice on the table.
And a land speeder.
Yeah.
Because
Who's
one of them-
next?
Mr.
And
You.
Jeffrey.
No, wife is next.
Miss-
No,
Mr.
I'm not next.
Mr. H.
Mr. H.
Yeah,
So
it's you. You like talking about you.
I do
Go
like
on.
talking about me.
Me.
My plan for the year, I want to go on some mad adventure with
Oh my
you all.
God.
And I think, no, but we've been like when we've just jumped in the car and gone somewhere mad or done something mental, like the
Brighton.
like the Borgie, like Brighton.
Winchester.
The night
Amsterdam?
before the Borgie, when a weird little moathouse castle.
That was great.
That was
Oh, that
fucking
was
amazing.
Where we thought we might die.
Yeah,
I got a cowboy hat.
yeah. There we go.
You did pink.
That sort of weird like adventure is, I think, would be wonderful. I love those moments.
Let's book them in.
So let's put them in. Let's do that. I think for Carolyn and I think we've been exploring solo play. I think kind of coming back to couples would be a thing for me as well. I think that's important. Ooh, if only we knew some couples. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was a bit delayed there.
There we go. That's unusual. So I'm about to
Jesus
get
Christ.
murdered. So
You
I'm going
just
to
get on with
hand
it.
this back to Carolyn now.
Mrs. H,
This is H.
Fuck, right. Okay.
what does 2006 have in
2006?
20,006.
I mean, first it involves a curry, which I'm tremendously excited
Ciao,
for.
Frazee.
Like, so excited.
And Sag.
I'd go for a korma right now. I'm going to be Stacey.
Oh,
All right, okay.
Well, you're not going to have tummy problems tomorrow, are
Exactly.
you? Oh.
That's future Secret Vixen to worry about. What's in store for me and us? Right. I am intrigued. I'm actually looking forward to getting a grip on kind of events. Oh, you had to make it weird.
He made it
I
weird.
just went,
You-
he said my penis.
You don't have a penis.
I know I don't.
No.
Stop making this about
Mr.
you and
H.
your
Mr.
penis.
H said penis. I didn't say anything.
Everyone, shush.
Right, leave
All right.
Ulysses out of it. Right. I'm looking forward to getting some properly firm commitments in place for you're all making this really hard.
You're using some very evocative phrasing. You're making it hard, looking forward to getting a grip.
Phrasing.
And wanting it to be firm.
I'm going to put next year in my mouth and move it up.
Phrasing.
Like, what the fuck, wife?
Well, look, I can't help it. It's not the mind that comes out of it. It's the mind that goes into, isn't it?
So
Right,
tell us what you're
anyway,
looking forward to in 2006.
I am looking forward to committing to some events that we're planning this year.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're going to get some dates in place. We're going to commit to those. We're going to book places. We're going to book venues. We're going to actually do at least 4 events.
Yes.
We committed to that.
Nice.
You heard that, everyone. 4 events.
Yeah.
We said it in the last podcast.
We said
but
it.
that's
We
okay.
committed to it. We're all
I
good.
know that already.
So I know. I think that'll be really good for us. I do want to continue with the solo date adventures because I think they give us something new.
Secret Stag is pointing between
Gesticulating to Secret
Mrs. H
Vixen.
and Secret Vixen.
Yeah, there absolutely will be a Channel 4
I'm all for
style
more for.
date, more for
It was
date
like when Hollyoaks would do their late night ones.
with myself and Secret Vixen, which I'm very excited about. Haven't said when in 2026 that is, but it's happening. I do like the solo date stuff that we're doing. I think it's good for us, and I think it's good for us to keep doing that. But I also don't want to lose sight of why we started this, and we started this because we wanted shared experiences, right? And I always want to share those with you, so I don't want to lose sight of that. And I think what you're saying about meeting new couples, yeah, I want to do that too. But I think some more solo adventures would be good as well.
I'm enjoying the fact that you talked about sharing adventures because you need to get to the point we can talk about the adventures as well.
I'm getting better at that. I genuinely am getting better at
You
that.
are.
A little bit.
Yes. It was a low baseline, but she is getting better at it.
I am. I'm better with that.
Good. Anything else?
I think that'll do for now.
That'll do for now.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
Fucking hell. I mean, it's a nice movie quote,
It is.
but you know.
And I want
babe.
to have adventures with you. I want to go travelling
Yeah.
with you.
Oh,
Do
good.
some nice stuff.
Oh,
We haven't got any
I've
holidays
heard
booked in
travel
yet.
at least 3 times on this table.
I think some wandering around aimlessly would be good.
But we genuinely haven't picked any kind of holiday experiences yet together.
I've picked loads.
Well,
Bogner.
you can tell me about them.
I should probably involve you, I
Bogner.
suppose, at some point.
So I want to try some
the
stuff.
Butlin's massive.
Bogner, Butlin's massive.
Let's
I
do
want
it.
to see more parts of the world with you.
Like Butlins.
Like Bogner, yeah.
And if they happen to coincide with Pokemon events, then so
So what I've heard, so
There you go.
right,
That's
right.
what she wants.
So what I've heard
Is.
is it Italy for Pokemon?
me, I'm not going to do that.
Are you not?
Why?
Oh,
No,
I should not have bought the plane tickets.
You have not. You
No,
don't
of course
know
I
when
haven't.
it is.
No, I don't know when it is. I don't care when it is.
Don't care
Yeah.
when it is.
Fine, but we could have done that. We could have gone to Italy. I could have eaten pizza and drunk
Could you? You
Negroni.
do that for me.
Oh, and coffee.
They have Coca-Cola there, you know. You don't have to drink that shit.
You could go to the birthplace of the Negroni.
I could do,
Ooh.
which is our
Origin
kitchen.
sauce.
We digress.
Anyway, on that note, wife, I
Yes.
think you should round this up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it. Do your thing.
Well, thank you for hopping into our bed.
Now that we've gone into the extra bit,
Are we in the extra bit now?
this is the
Ooh.
mystery. We haven't done
Twilight
extra bit.
Zone.
Well, the thing that we
It's the
didn't
more
do
full
is
zone.
to thank both Secret Stag and Secret Vixen for coming
Me.
Oh, for the love of God.
on the show. You
There was a
slutty.
cadence on that word.
What?
That it was paused
Disgraceful.
deliberately for a reaction.
Affection.
Yeah,
Did
and
get the
you know
reaction
Secret
wanted?
Vixen's accidentally doing that all the time with you, so stop
What's
it.
accidentally?
All
I
your
work
orgasms
hard for
are
that.
accidental now.